Go in the house, please. All right, we are back on 2025 draft. Looking at some stuff here. I had to take a little bit of a break to get some stuff done, and we're back here. So we'll see what happens with this stuff for the draft here. The last pick we were on was
The Bengals.
the Bengals pick, and the Bengals picked. I might be eating some food, so if I go off camera for a second, um, you can still hear my voice. But we got so here. Here we go with the Steelers. The Steelers are on the clock right now. The Broncos pick is in, so we'll see if it's Hampton here. We'll see what they do here as far as
I've
voting
had
goes.
Hampton going to Denver here forever, for basically like 2 months.
We also have and Abuka was a second receiver off the board. He went
That
to
was a strange pick, in my opinion.
that is a weird pick. That's a weird
Evans,
pick.
McMillan, Kate Otten, and Chris Godwin. Wow.
Yeah,
And you're adding Amika to that.
yeah.
So here we go. We'll see if it's Amari Hampton. Matthew Golden is still on the board as well. They need skill position players. And then Grace Abel makes his skyrocket up into the first round. Shout out to Grace Abel going to Seattle. I had that mock there as well. That was a good pick for them. Here we go, Denver. Who are we going to have to go against as Raider fans? Well, for now.
All right, back. Say nobody wants you until you're doing something. Um, I guess what six was watching. Want to start shout out to obviously Super Omicron who was always here. And then also Thomas Zimmerman who's always doing stuff with us as well too. So let's see here. what's going on.
That Brad Williams, comedian for Denver. Is he a Denver fan?
Wow, no running back for the Broncos. No running back for the Broncos. It's John Day Barrett. No fly zone in Denver.
Wow, they took a corner.
I mean, there's more running backs than there are John Day Barretts in this draft. So I like that pick for them a lot, to be honest with you.
Look, man, this just reaffirms the idea of what are the Raiders doing at 6.
Well,
imagine if Hampton falls to the second round now. Oh my God, bro.
This is crazy. This is nuts. The Steelers here are going to be holding. That's going to be interesting to see what the Steelers do here. I mean, if
the consensus Shedeur Sanders pick at 21, if he fell,
dude, he is gonna.
It was who most people thought. I mean, they have a quarterback right now.
And one of the things that people didn't talk about when they talked about Sanders is like people do that with Sanders a lot is that they failed to mention that he played in elements. I like that for my quarterback. I mean, he's played in elements. Now you've had people who are oddballs like Tom Brady, who grew up in North Cal and ended up being a great cold weather quarterback, or you have people who like Derek Carr, who was his record when the temperature was under 40 something degrees or 45 degrees, he was horrible. So, but then again, there's a lot of Derek Carr stats that are horrible. So I won't make this a Derek Carr show.
Over under Geno Smith throws interception to Jahdae Barron next year. We'll put the over under to 1.5.
I don't know. Let's see. The pick is not in, so there's debate there. So we'll see. The pick is not in yet. The pick is not in.
Boy, Jahdae Barron and Patrick Surtain.
That's that shows like Sean Payton and company, like they're not all offense. Like they were smart here. They were smart here. They thought about something really
smart pick. Smart pick.
It was a smart pick by them.
Shout out to the teams that know how to draft and do it well.
The pick is in for the Steelers.
What do you think? Is it Shedeur?
Gotta be. Gotta be.
What do they take of Amari Hampton here?
That means they know Rodgers is coming.
Well, if the room is split for Pittsburgh, then who wills out? You know what I mean? Who gets the will out for the is it Mike Tomlin? Is it the general manager? Is it the owner?
Dude, how do you not? I mean, how is it not Sanders? Like, I mean, even if you get Rodgers, like, how is it not Sanders? This team doesn't have like a glaring, crazy,
needs everywhere.
Needs everywhere. Like, they're pretty much a solid team.
Well, I mean, why would you trade for DK and then not draft a quarterback who fell in your lap at 21?
Mm-hmm. This is great. I mean, this is the pick is in.
4-year, $132 million contract extension for DK after they traded the second-round pick for him. Amari Hampton, Matthew Golden, Nick Manwari, Will Johnson, Shedeur Sanders, all still on the board.
Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon.
The fall continues for Shedeur Sanders.
Come on, Raiders.
So who won out then in the split front office? Who won out? Who won that battle, you think? Probably Mike Tomlin, huh?
You have everybody else who's in this first round has a quarterback of the future.
That's left, right?
They have this. You want to make your mark as a head coach. I mean, as a GM here.
Go get a quarterback.
Go get a quarterback, bro. Like, you gotta go get a quarterback now. Like, maybe you might have to wait till 30, where the Bills are. Maybe, to get because the Bills might not want to fall. Is Malachi Stark still available?
Still on the board.
Jeez.
Will Johnson, Malachi Starks, Matthew Golden, all still on the board.
Mm.
Obviously, along with Shedeur Sanders.
Dude, this would be. I'm gonna tell you, this is an all time. I will take back every bad word I said about Spy Tech if they can pull this off, dude. Because you have to do it before.
The Rams is the other team that you have to worry about. The 26.
I think they're close to a Super Bowl. I think they take the Campbell go yet? The other
No.
the other.
They need a linebacker too.
They need a linebacker. They need a linebacker. They need a linebacker. They need a linebacker. This is nuts, man. This is nuts, bro.
So this is a reminiscent of Aaron Rodgers in the 2000 and
it is
2006.
I mean, he's not.
Where he went 24th overall, and Alex Smith went number 1 overall to the Niners.
I don't think. I mean, like I said, I don't think people. I don't think. I think some people were thinking of taking something like they're getting.
I am more surprised at at Will Johnson fall than anything else. Like Amari Hampton still being on the board is crazy. I thought he was for sure a first round pick. I still think there's time, but I don't know, man. The Will Johnson fall is crazy to me.
He's his own corner. He's his own corner. He's his own corner. So I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
I think Detroit's going to make some noise with their pick. Because the rumor was they were trying to move Jameson Williams.
So on the big board, so on the big board right now, you got Starks, you got Johnson, you got Mike Green, who's I think you would say for a pass rusher, maybe falling a little bit.
James Pierce.
You got yep, you have Hampton. We all talked about Josh Simmons, Jahar Campbell. Let's see who else we like here. Xavier Watt. Now we're in the the Amur War or whatever his name is, Emma War.
Nick Imamori.
You get into that James Pierce. You get into that.
We're in the comfortable 23 to 35 or 38 type of players right now.
Yeah, so I mean Luther Burden, people like that now. So we'll see.
I really like Luther Burden to Washington. I think he's a perfect fit for Washington there. Which is interesting because if you look at the Luther Burden talk over the last 2 years, 2 years ago, this guy was he was a number 1 consensus wide receiver coming off the board. Luther Burden was like everything 2 years ago. Now you're getting into a situation where he might not even be a first round pick. That's crazy to me. It just goes to show you about how difficult it is to maintain that level of draft stock over a period of 2 years. Carson Beck is a perfect example of this. Carson Beck didn't have the season he did at Georgia this year, and he would likely be a first round pick at the quarterback position, and he had a much better year at Georgia than he did. I don't think we're having the conversation about Carson Beck being out of this draft. He'd probably be in the draft and be a first-round talent in that regard. But he had the year he had. He transferred to Miami. He's going to try to boost his stock and be a top-level quarterback next year. And we're just going to have to see how it happens. So draft stock is a fickle business, man. That's why a lot of agents will preach the idea that you got to take advantage. You got to strike where the iron's hot. When you're hot, you got to come out and you got to make sure that you're taking that high because all of that can change.
Yeah, I mean, you said that too, and I'm thinking about the Drew Lars and the kid from LSU as well too. Nussmeier. If they came out this year, I mean, maybe they could be in a situation where they could have sat for a year too and not even played. You know what I mean, and kind of just ease their way into the NFL. I know the NL money is good, but it's not as consistent as the NFL money. So I would definitely would have.
Right. I don't think the Chargers will take Amari Hampton here, but I will really not be happy if they do.
Let's see if they do.
But I think Matthew Golden is a real chance right here. I think Matthew Golden, there's a real possibility.
Is Matthew Golden a football player though? That's the only question that you have to look at. Look at is he a football player? Let's see the wide receivers who are left. The wide receivers who are left. You got Golden. You got. I would even where did they pick in the second round? because I would even think about maybe overdrafting and go Trey Harris.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
So yeah, because they don't pick to 55. So I would really, if I'm them, and obviously I wish them nothing but ill will, but I would think about that. I would really think about what they're gonna do there with that
How about the
pick.
Chargers trading out of last year's pick to take one of the best rookie wide receivers out of the draft that year in Ladd McConkey?
They need.
Ladd is a dude. I will say that forever. I cannot
I
believe
would.
he was as good as he was.
I would go if I was them. I would go Golden and try to go Fanning. Um,
Yeah.
if I
I
was
had
them,
Colson Loveland mocked here, but I just didn't think. I mean,
yeah,
he went 12 picks earlier, obviously to the Bears, but yeah, I had him on my final mock. Had
yeah.
Colson Loveland here. I've had a running back here. I've had a wide receiver here. I've had a tight end here. I've had
Because
Greg Zabel here until I
yeah,
realized that he was going to go higher than that. So like I've had a lot of pieces here. They have the luxury of having the coach, having the quarterback, and having the system to be successful no matter what talent is there. So they have the
yeah.
luxury of being able to build any which way they need to.
And they
Remember,
lost.
Joey Bosa's gone, and they re-signed Khalil Mack,
Yeah.
so they could still use another edge guy here. James Pierce or Mike Green, you know. So
Let's see here. No matter who it is, I think Coach B might not like it, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see if they got a surprise for Coach B here. Big Charger fan. He's the most passionate Charger fan I ever met in my life.
really,
Yes, Coach B loves the Chargers. He loves the Chargers. That's his squad. I've seen Charger fans. I've never seen fans who are passionate about the Chargers. He's really
how many
passionate
teams
about
are on
that.
the phone right now with teams trying to trade up to get a quarterback right now? What do you think?
We're talking about Dart, and we're talking about those guys are available right now.
I don't think there's any question Cleveland is going to take a quarterback with one of those second round picks. I don't think there's any question about it. I think that is a certainty at this point, in my opinion. 40 seconds, pick's
Yeah.
not in.
They can't trade back. They could trade back, but I want how many picks they have. How many picks do that team have?
I don't think they've traded out a lot. I mean, maybe they traded last year. I don't know if they got a 25 pick from trading out of last year.
The pick is in. The Packers are on the clock.
Wow.
The pick is in. Thanks for
Mike Green or Will Johnson?
yeah, Mike Green or Will Johnson.
I mean, Harbaugh, Will Johnson.
It makes sense. It makes
Mike Green
sense.
would be awesome here for them. James Pierce would also be awesome here for them. Mike Green and Khalil Mack would be a nasty combo.
Let's go here. Draft. Let's go.
Bum, 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 bum. That is a horror story of a face mask for that guy. Good Lord. Marion Hampton, Jihad Campbell, Matthew Golden, Eamon Worry, Will Johnson, Shooter Standard, Mike Green, Malachi Starks. Oh, what if it starts?
I got I'm still trying to figure out what are we doing with Jade Barrett? I mean, sorry, with not Jade Barrett, with Mika in
Tampa Bay.
Tampa
strange.
Bay.
Really strange. They have to think that
they bring everybody back.
Godwin. I think they have to think that Godwin is on his black leg. I think that's what it is. They gave him the extension. It's a legacy extension. He's probably not going to be the wide receiver he was prior to that. They're probably planning ahead for McMillan and Mika to be the guys moving forward. Who knows whenever Mike Evans is going to slow down? I mean, never. He could be the Derrick Henry of the wide receiver position.
He's great. I love him. I love that dude. Him when he was at A&M. Oh my God, he was such a beast. Such a beast. So,
boy, where does Will Johnson go? How far does that slide go? How far does Shedeur Sanders slide down? How far does Amari Hampton go? Is Amari Hampton even a first rounder now at this point?
running back, North Carolina. Amari Hampton is a Los Angeles Charger.
Oh God.
Of course. Of course.
So now they got Najee Harris and Amari Hampton.
They doubled up. Smart move.
This man is a star. Denver fucked up. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't think so.
Denver really messed up.
No.
They just it. I like Johnny Barron. I get what they're trying to do. Denver messed up. You let this guy go to the other best rushing system and rushing head coach in the division. They messed up here. Hampton is unbelievable. Golly, now they got Najee Harris and Hampton. The perfect combination. He goes through the perfect system. He's a big physical back that's got great hands. He can block well. He can run. He can run in any system. He's explosive. Oh, great vision, great contact balance. Man, oh man. Raider fans' worst nightmare was that he went to either Denver or Los Angeles. Bummer.
I'm just people burning up my phone right now.
Oh man. That sucks.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, and we all knew he was rising up. He's going to be a first round pick. It makes sense. It makes sense to add depth to that position. So we'll see. We shall see. That was a good pick by them. That was good, but like people are gonna see, it is what it is. And then you're gonna have those games too. Like hey, it's Hampton better than Genty in the NFL.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
You're gonna see Raider Nation going through all that now. So that's gonna be interesting to see here too. All right, people can't be calling me right now. I'm going live. I'm live. I'm live, bro. I'm live. Live on the. All right. So what do we got? I got Packers here next. The Packers.
I think it's going to be one of the edges. It's going to be James Pierce or Scorton or the other guy who's left, Mike Green. In my opinion.
Yeah, everybody is saying, oh man, everybody is saying it. I mean, everybody is saying, tweeting at me, blowing up my phone. They're like, make a trade now. Like everybody wants this trade. Everybody wants this trade back in.
Save the draft.
They want the Lamar Jackson. They want the Lamar Jackson. They want to trade. They want to trade in there. Super Bird. Well, let me see what his Twitter handle was again, or what his handle was. Man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. They improved themselves dramatically. I think personally, like I think Hampton's gonna be a great player in the league, but I think just the combination of like their defense when you have Surtain and you have Barron, like
remember they got Hafanoga from the Niners.
Yeah, so
pro safety.
I do like that. Let's see here. All right, this is something that might interest Solo.
The very first pick for Green Bay in Green Bay. That's pretty cool.
Jimmy Butler has been diagnosed with a deep glute muscle contusion. His status for Game 3 is in serious jeopardy from Shams.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play Game 3.
Yeah,
Same thing happened. Steph missed a couple games.
I've had the pleasure or displeasure of falling like that, and I was walking around funny for a minute. That jump
it's such a crockett shit move from Amin Thompson.
Yeah, it was a tough play. So yeah, but the Packers are on the clock. They can go cornerback. They can go wide receiver, edge, defensive line.
Defensive line. They can go a lot of different places.
Let's see who is available here. Let's go.
Campbell might be the pick here.
Let's see here. Campbell could be the pick here.
Bro, Malachi Starks to the Packers here, maybe? Finally?
Dude, Malachi Starks is like, yo, what is going on?
That would be a big
They really hate like Malachi Starks is sitting there saying, damn, bro, they really hate corners in this, really hate safeties in this league.
Yeah.
They hate safeties in this league. They hate him, boy. They absolutely hate him. That's crazy,
No,
bro.
I think safeties are going to be a lot happier now that Kirby Joseph got his extension.
He did. Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
they're paying him well over there. He's eating now. Kirby Joseph and Antoine Winfield are changing the landscape for safeties. Shout out to them.
Dude, nobody left. And then I'm looking at the list of like needs. Nobody has quarterback left. The Raiders are in a position where, my God, you have to, if you get to the second round, like Shador is going in. I mean, like if it goes second round, Shador is going in the top of the second round.
Look, man, Cleveland
Oh
and New
my
York,
God.
Cleveland and New York are on the board 3 times, dude.
Yeah.
They're on the board 3 times ahead of the Raiders. That's 2 quarterbacks right there potentially.
God. Yeah, nobody. Great.
Are they finally going to draft a wide receiver in the first round after all the years of never doing
Oh
it?
my God.
Are they going to keep treating Jordan Love like Aaron Rodgers and just not do it?
Let's see, who is the wide receivers who are left?
Matthew Golden and Luther Burden are both still there.
I mean, Trey, I mean, you got Trey, you got
Dude,
the
Luther
Burden.
Burden would be great as a Packer, bro.
I mean, you got Harris. I they can if they want to. I mean, God, Jesus, he's sitting right there. This is gonna be a hard because obviously, once you get we still have the ways to go. I think you have to wait till at least 27.
I
For
think you have to
this,
do it before the Rams pick.
the Rams aren't picking Shador Sanders?
But I just saying, man, you
I'm
just never know.
confident. I'm confident. I'm confident in my board, if you will. I'm confident. I'm pretty confident they will. They won't do it.
Which means you'd have to do it before KC gets on the board.
Well,
Because
you got
Buffalo is a prime trading team. They love trading.
so Buffalo. So Buffalo would be. I mean, Buffalo would
I
be.
think Buffalo is there. I think if Shador falls all the way to Buffalo there, I think that's where you pull the trigger on a trade. Because I think that's the team that's most likely to trade out of their first rounder.
The pick is still not in yet. No reason for this. No reason to be 15 minutes between picks, though. I can tell you that much. So they say Golden.
Pick is in.
That's
Pick is
Golden.
in.
Is it somebody
Golden,
said?
Matthew Golden?
Well, we'll see. Somebody just texted me and said it was Golden. So we'll see if it's actually Golden. I'll wait for the official word here to see if
I
it's
mean, the
Golden.
first wide receiver in the first round they've taken since Javon Walker, which was a long time ago, Florida State man. $50 million contract from Al Davis to the Javon Walker. Anybody? Anybody?
Javon Walker. That is crazy, bro. I mean, he definitely help you take the top off the defense and clear something out and clear things out for that secondary. But I think
He'd
when
be more explosive than anybody they have there. But me personally, I
yeah
think the better wide receiver is Luther Burden anyway.
yeah interesting. Who are the corners who are left? Let's see here.
Still Will
Position.
Johnson, still Trey Amos, still Maxwell Harrison, and Chevelle, who a lot of people thought was going to be a first rounder. God, is this? They dug up Ted Tom or what is that guy's name? Ted Thompson or something?
So they got Will Johnson. You got Benjamin. Yeah. So yeah, these are all second. These are second round. I mean, people are gonna say Shador, but like Will Johnson, who's really could be looking at a second round. Like that's a big drop from a guy who was in the top 10 in the draft for the most part.
Oh, Mark Murphy. Why did I say Ted Thompson?
Mr. Murphy, yeah, it's that time. Yeah. Well, I think he also was Packers guy as well too. So
Yeah. Before Gutenkunst or whatever.
yeah, hold on, let's go. Still, the pick is in finally, so we'll see if that happens.
Cam Ward tweets out forever humble because I know what it's like to be at the bottom.
0-star recruit. 0-star recruit. Good for him. Definitely. Everybody should be rooting for Cam because he's something else. His story is amazing.
Yeah,
story is amazing. Let's see here for the first time. Yep, it's Golden. No, yes, Matthew Golden. Yep, it's Matthew Golden. Schefter just tweeted out it's golden.
They gotta stop that bullshit. Community owned Packers team, bro. They gotta stop that
Why? What's wrong with that?
because it's ridiculous. They don't like. Come on.
No, you don't like that. You don't like. You don't
You
like.
can't. You
You
couldn't
don't like
like. You
that.
could not buy up enough community owned shares in the Packers in order to like have any kind of weight with that. You can't walk in to the building as a owner of the team. Like, come on.
Yeah, Solo don't like the community team. Damn. Solo's like, if I had a piece of that team, I want to make some moves.
Dude, you go into the Packers, man.
Yeah, I do think that when Josh Jacobs was talking about getting help there, I think he was more talking about
On offense.
on offense. I mean a wide receiver from like a established wide receiver. But
So
I mean,
I actually really like Jaden Reed. I think he's the best receiver that they have there. I think you're adding Reed, you're adding Golden to a pass catcher like that who's really good. Tucker Kraft is still there, who had a really good season for them. There's some good players here, man. There's some good players on that offense. Josh Jacobs is going to come back. Jordan Love, I think, is a really really good quarterback. I know a lot of people don't feel like they feel like he's overhyped. He's getting the Justin Herbert treatment at this moment, but I like Jordan Love a lot. I still think he's a fantastic quarterback. Getting him weapons is smart. And Aaron Rodgers got to be unhappy right now because they didn't give him any first round wide receivers the entire time he was there. So that's tough. First round wide receiver taken since Javon Walker, Florida State. I think they picked him 16. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know where the pick was. I think it was in the middle
I
of the
mean,
round.
they've had a really successful passing game considering that's the case.
Yeah, they have.
I mean,
It makes it easier when you have two first ballot Hall of Fame quarterbacks right in a row.
how they get those guys? Oh, they drafted them. I forgot.
They drafted him. Well, they traded for Brett Favre.
They still, I mean, but they still got the. I mean, they still went to the pick, right? I mean, so they traded and got the pick.
Atlanta drafted him, and then he spent a year in Atlanta. Then Brett Favre was traded from Atlanta to Green Bay.
He was a Falcon.
Yeah, he was a Falcon for the first year of his career, and then they traded him after he didn't play for Atlanta at all, and to Green Bay, and then Green Bay. He was a second round pick, I believe.
That must have been fun times in Atlanta for that one. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean they went to the Super Bowl like 3 years later, so or no, 5 years later, I think. They traded him, I think, in '93 is when they traded Brett Favre. But they traded a three-time MVP or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, Minnesota. I had Tyler Booker going here, but obviously he went way earlier. Minnesota can go to a lot of different places here. They re-signed Aaron Jones and traded for Jordan Mason, so they're not going to go running back.
I told you Coach B was going to hate this pick. I hate this pick for Coach B. I hate this pick for us. We could have gotten better value later. Jim really fucked up this one.
I disagree, man. I think Hampton is a superstar.
Yeah, I think
Amari Hampton is an absolute superstar. I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic for the Chargers.
I see the point, but because I think we are sitting in a situation where there's so many good running backs. So wait, but I mean, if you get that,
make the argument that because they still have Tui and Khalil Mack, that you could still have an edge rusher added to that team and have a rotational rusher of Tui, Mack, and the new guy coming in. I think that's the argument you could really make.
Yeah.
I think there's a massive reason Will Johnson is falling down the draft. All of the general managers and the front offices are likely in agreement as to why he's falling in this situation. And so they're all probably in consensus that they saw something they really absolutely didn't like.
Yeah. He is fallen. He's like Alicia Keys falling.
Could be Minnesota right here. They need a corner.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, he just doesn't. You gonna play zone the whole time? Because that's it. I gotta see the speed. I'm not sure if the speed is there. Like that's my only issue with him is like, does he have the speed? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Boy, what a pick Malachi Starks would be here for Minnesota, though, right? If they don't go Will Johnson.
Yeah. They do have Kalen Bullock, and the Texans, they do have Kalen Bullock already. They could get Malachi. They could have him as well too. So they could have Malachi Starks, but we'll see if that happens
For Houston or for Minnesota?
for Houston because they already have Kalen Bullock.
Well, they
Yeah.
had Peter. They just re-signed Peter too, though.
Yeah, so I mean, it still has they still have safety written down as a need. So I'm not sure. I'm not, so we have to. I'm going by. I'm kind of going by what
That would be
NFL.com.
interesting if they added yet another like
Right.
star in the making type player to that secondary. That might be the best secondary in football.
Let's see here.
Because it would be Stingley, Bullock, Peter, Jalen Peter, and then who else was the other corner they had on the other side? They had a really good guy on the other side too. Pickett's in already for Minnesota. Is JJ McCarthy really 240 pounds? That's the rumor going around.
Is he? Is he? Is he? Is they? Are they ready to actually give him Donovan Jackson, guard Ohio State?
Really? So they did go guard anyway, but they went their next guy on the board. I had Booker and Zabel going there at different points in, this, in the mock-off season, but they both ended up going higher. So now you get another guard. Interesting. I didn't think Donovan Jackson was a first-round pick. Feels like a little bit of a reach, but it only feels that way because Zabel and Booker both went. So I don't know. I'm not really too happy with taking like the third guy at the position bar. All right, Houston, Simmons or Connerly? Like easy pick, easy pull
Houston
for Houston.
Rams. So the Rams they're on the clock. Oh shit, we got a trade.
Giants. There it is. They're taking Shedeur. It's over.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Raiders! What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, bro? What are
There
we
it is.
doing? Oh
It's
my
over.
god! I mean, they're taking Dart. They're taking Dart. They're taking Dart. Oh my god, the Giants. The Giants.
What did we say at the beginning of this? Giants are going to trade back up and take a quarterback.
This right here is Joe Shane took a lot of shit last year, and I still
justifiably, by the way,
justifiably. I don't think he's a great GM, but this was a smart play. He got a great pass rusher, and then to trade back in and get a quarterback. Oh my god, bro. To get the quarterback on top of it in the Raiders are sitting right there, bro. And like you said it, you did say something about earlier. You did say you better go above the Rams. So will the Rams take Shedeur Sanders now? That would be kind of like as a luxury pick here.
Well, no, you think the Giants are taking Dart over Shedeur Sanders?
That's what I've been reading. But we'll see. I mean, either way, if they trade him in the back in the first round to get Dart, I would take it. Like I wouldn't. I would just take it at this point. I would just fucking take it. Like I would take it. But we'll see. We'll see if Sanders goes there. But I know Giants fans really want Sanders. So like that'd be interesting to see if they actually go here and do this. Oh my god, I cannot believe they traded back in. Okay, back in. Oh my god. I can't wait to see what the compensation is too. The Vikings pick. Okay, let's see this. Okay, this update is like the pick is in. Oh man. Oh man. It's fucking Sanders, dude. I can't. I can't. And literally, we're sitting here and like you could say that like, and the Raider fans can't say this wasn't possible. The Giants just did it. Let me see the second round real quick.
I was literally going to mention about 4 picks ago. I was literally going to say like, we're stressing about all this. It's not going to matter. They're not going to do it. All this because and they're not going to take a quarterback at all in the first 2 rounds. Like all this stress every year for the Raiders to just ignore the position constantly.
So Houston has the 34th pick in the draft. They took Dart. Told you. He is still. There's no. You gotta take Sanders, bro. You got to do this, bro. You got to do it now. You got to do a good job by the Giants. Good fucking job by the fucking Giants. Good job. That's that.
Jackson Dart is the second quarterback taken in this draft. Wow.
That's fine. I don't care. Like, and the Giants took who they thought was the best quarterback.
Which means they thought the Rams were in play for taking Jackson Dart.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. The Rams are on the clock. I can't. But yo, I gotta say Jay and crew must be going nuts right now. I cannot believe they. I mean they. Woo. I think what happened here too was like you better get me a quarterback. I think Mayor walked in that room.
Walked in that room and said, "Give me a goddamn quarterback.
Get me a quarterback. Get me a quarterback, bro."
So they get the second round pick this year, the third round pick, and the third round pick next year. They didn't give up anything. They gave up 2/3 to move up and get a franchise quarterback. They gave up 2/3 to move up from the second to this.
I mean the Bills are right. The Bills are right there, bro. Like, I mean, come on, bro. Like all these teams, if the Rams don't take him, there's no reason for any of these other teams to take him. There's none. Oh my god,
Detroit.
Bro. Say again?
Not even Detroit?
No. They're trying to win a fucking Super Bowl. They do that. They're fucking idiots. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm calling it right now. Like I love Brad Holmes. I think he's top 5 in the league. GM. They make that pick. They're idiots. They're absolute idiots. They make that pick. We must be way behind because people are texting me that it was Dart already.
Yeah.
So. Oh my god! Did they took Dart? Well, I won't say that because I won't say that. I won't say it to the Giants. We all know how that goes. We won't say it. But
Sleeper just tweeted out Najee Harris running back RB1 season, and then it was the Aaron Rodgers video of him running the flag out for the Jets. 20 minutes before he tears his Achilles.
Oh my god!
Brutal.
Damn. This is crazy, bro. The pick is in. The pick is in. Let me see this quarterback, though. Let me see this quarterback, bro. The Giants are on the clock, and they pick. I'm watching it live. Let's see here.
Shout out K1. There's always next to you. To pass on another motherfucking quarterback.
You know what? The funny thing about it is, like, people need to stop telling me about quarterback shit.
People just need to shut the fuck up about the Raiders forever.
I mean, like, seriously, stop telling me about quarterback stuff because, like, yo, I told you that Jackson Dart was going to go in the first round. Where did Jackson Dart go? In the first round. In the first round. The Falcons have traded there on the clock with the Rams. The Rams pick.
The Falcons traded him?
The Falcons traded up. The Falcons have the Falcons own a 26 pick. So we know it's not a quarterback. So we're good with that part. We know it's not a quarterback. The end of the draft, man. End of the draft is gonna be crazy. Campbell. So are they getting Campbell too? They doubling up on defense?
Boy, they got Jalen Walker and Jihan Campbell. That'd be dope for them, dude. That'd be nice.
Oh my god, bro! This last part of the draft has been amazing. All right, folks, this is getting crazy now. So we're looking at, we are looking.
So the Shedeur Sanders fall continues because now the Giants traded up. They did not take Shedeur. They took Jackson Dart at 25.
Dude, if he holds, dude, how could you be in this? How could you be in this? If you are, I mean, Brady's already showing that he's an ass owner if he can't get this done. Like, dude, you walk into that room and make this happen.
I don't think they want to get it done. That's what we have. Like, we have to take into consideration. They don't want to get it done. They don't want a quarterback. They don't like. We have to take that into consideration because this is the organization. This has been their foundational philosophy forever. Like, this has been what they've done. They don't take quarterbacks. We have to take this into consideration that they don't even want to trade up. That getting your hopes up for them to do it is just It's moot, man. It's so fucking depressing, man. It's
Until
so
he's
it's
off the
so
board.
fucking depressing
Until he's
every
off the
year.
board. Until he's off the board. Until he's off the board. Until he's off the
Who's that?
board.
Who?
I said until he's off the board. I'm not gonna hold out hope.
Yeah. I mean, well, look, the Browns traded back for Mason Graham. They got multiple second rounders. They have 4 different opportunities to either trade up or just pick them right in front of the Raiders anyway.
Dude, this I gotta say, man, this if you want to talk about a coverage that looks just like janky as hell, considering the fact that they have a boatload of money. The McAfee thing looks really just not good.
What do you mean?
The
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 McAfee?
the
Oh,
the draft coverage. The
is
draft
it
coverage.
ESPN draft coverage for is McAfee doing the ESPN draft coverage?
No, he's doing his own coverage. He's doing his own
Oh, okay.
coverage. He's doing his own coverage. Go
I just went
back.
to NFL Network.
Yeah, me too.
I'm I'll be here at NFL Network for a while until they inevitably try to bring Mike Mayock back in as an analyst. Then I'll be done.
Because they will.
I mean, they turned Rich Eisen has turned to him a lot over the course of this offseason. So good luck with that. Good luck regaining that credibility.
A 1 next year and a 2 this year. They took Pierce and they gave up a 1 next year and a 2 this year. Ooh.
They gave up a first rounder next year to move up and take James Pierce from Tennessee.
Yeah, that's brutal.
That's tough, man. There's a lot of edges left, bro. Mike Green is still there.
Yeah, I mean, like,
oof, yikes.
Where's their second round pick, dude? Like, what are Falcons doing here, dude?
It was the 46th pick, so it was right in the middle of the second round. They gave up a 7, next year's first, and obviously their second to move up. They get the 26th overall pick, but they do get a third round pick this year too. So they get a top 101 pick. But still, you're giving up a first rounder next year to do it. I mean, it makes sense because the Rams are giving up their first rounder, but you generally want to see that when you're trading up for a quarterback. Like the Giants just gave up less to move up to get who they perceive to be a franchise quarterback in Jackson Dart. So that's that quarterback room now, baby. You got Tommy Cutlets, you got Jameis Crablegs, you got Russell Giants Country Wilson, and now you have Jackson Dart.
I can't believe it. I knew it. I knew it. It's unbelievable, bro. It's unbelievable, bro.
Baltimore is on the clock, and you could see Will Johnson going there. They'll know how to coach that dude up.
If he's healthy, they gotta get him healthy first. But I mean, dude, what I tell you, man, who needs a safety left? Because if you're the Lions, dude, Malachi Starks is sitting there. You got, oh my god, they're not gonna do it. They're not. They're literally not gonna do this.
They're not, bro. Like we should give up the dream.
This is so ridiculous, bro. I can't believe.
There's no reason for them to do it. They don't care. They don't care about quarterback. It's organizational. When there's no mandate to have to your job on the line, your job for the Raiders and the Raiders coach and the Raiders general
manager. How could you
does not reflect quarterback? It just doesn't.
Think about this for a second. Think about this for 1 second too. If you're a Raider fan, you are one play away from being where we have been for the last 2 years, and having the
last 3 years.
Last 3 years having freaking O'Connell be our quarterback again.
Yeah, again.
You are one play. They should just draft a quarterback so they can just cut him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing, dude? Oh, this is brutal, dude.
Hey, man, when you're the coach and the general manager of the Raiders, there's no mandate to get a quarterback. Your job description, you have the easiest job in the world because your owner's so stupid that he doesn't understand how you have to get a quarterback. He just doesn't. He's too stupid from the top down. So naturally, the rest of the organization has no mandate to have to treat the position as a premium position. They just don't have to. You don't have to treat it as a premium position when your owner and all your front office people are too stupid to tell you, like, hey, can we please go get a quarterback? Like, we have to get a quarterback. We say it every year. Same shit every single year. Same stuff.
I try to support Fontenot, but that's a bad deal, bro.
That is a bad deal for Terry Fontenot. Yeah.
That's a bad deal, bro. Like that's a bad deal. No wonder the Rams did that shit. They were like, "Yo, fine, you want that? Go right ahead."
Give me a first round pick next year. I'll take it.
Yes. Oh my god, dude. A first for James Pierce? Did the Giants even give a first for
No, they gave
for
up
Dart?
2/3.
How
They
do you
gave up
just
a third this
how
year
do
and a
you
third next year to move up from their second
how
round
do
pick
you
up to
how do you
25.
how do you justify that? That makes no sense,
Not
bro.
good. It's not good.
Oh my god, that's brutal. That is brutal. That is brutal. Oh my god. That's a pricey, but jeez, sweet. You know what? Shout out to Les Snead, man. You never know till you ask.
Yeah, right.
He asked for it, and he got.
Ben Select, who I trust, he's an NFL insider, really good analytical guy, says Amari Hampton to the Chargers, my favorite pick of the first round so far.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's a dude I trust too. That is a tough pick for the Raiders, man.
That's brutal, dude. That's a kicker. You know what? That is.
I mean, like I said, everything here, literally everything that we view the prism of for the team is the idea that they refuse to draft a quarterback. And again, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. It's not a slight on Ashton Jeanty. We both absolutely love. On and off the field, social media presence, the team guy, turning down all this NIL money to stay with Boise State, leading them to a top seed in the playoff last year, like having one of the greatest running back seasons ever, should have won the Heisman. Like everything about Ashton Jeanty is great. But you're naturally capping the ceiling for your team. Because even if he's good year one, you still don't have a long-term option at quarterback. You just don't. You just don't have it. It's not there for you. So by and large of refusing to take a quarterback and refusing to even entertain the idea of taking a quarterback, which I'm sure they probably even did do that, when there's no mandate from the top down, when there's nobody telling you we have to get a quarterback, when there's nobody that understands the value of a quarterback, even when you're now owned partially by the entire GOAT of the position, it still doesn't matter. You can't tell me that Tom Brady competitively, if he was a player, would fear Geno Smith-led team in the NFL. He just wouldn't under any circumstances. But that's what he wants for his Raiders now. Yeah, and I was told all offseason, well, he's got his imprint on all this team, and Shedeur Sanders this and Shedeur Sanders that. And he's been training them and all that fucking bullshit. None of that makes sense. None of it is real. So, whatever, man.
Oh my god!
It doesn't concern me anymore. I'll tell you that much.
This is crazy, bro. Because
I gave all I had to give, and the team is just.
I gave what I had to give.
I gave everything I had. I stuck with it for as long as I could.
Because there's no way. Because there's really no. Because like when you think about it too, it's like even if he survives this, if he survives the first round, number one, you don't get the 5th year option, which is like you want.
Then we're into the second round quarterback curse all over again.
Yes, and then like he's not. I mean, Shedeur is not surviving 2 picks by the Browns.
There's no way. It's not.
There's no way. It's absolutely. It's like I mean, I'll call that and say I mean, if that happens, then I'll be wrong. Pick is in for the Ravens. Jordan made the pick, so we'll see what Jordan has to do.
Yeah, Jordan's on the hot seat. He's in the big chair. Will Johnson is who I think it's going to be. Will Johnson or Jihad Campbell, who's still there, by the way. They did lose Marcus Williams. Malachi Stark incoming.
It is kind of crazy because I mean, Shedeur. I mean, if Shedeur came out last year,
his dad dictated it.
Yep.
Dion had to have him there for another year. Shedeur would have been a first-round talent, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he would have been. I don't know where I would have put him in the top 6 guys.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I think he would have been in between Nick and McCarthy for me.
Who, Shedeur?
Yeah.
I mean, he would have. I mean, to me, I mean, he'd have been. I mean, Malik. Oh my God! How do they do this? How do they always get the best safety?
Telling you, man. I'm telling you.
It's like, oh my God!
We talked about this early.
He might be
corners or one of the secondary members falls to the Baltimore. That is the best spot for any defender, especially a secondary guy, to go.
He might
Bro.
he might say to himself, "Oh my God!" Like but he went to such a great situation. Like Malachi.
I get to play
Oh
next
my
to the best
God!
safety in the NFL
Oh my
with
God!
one of the best front sevens in one of the best secondaries in the NFL on one of the best teams in the NFL.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, it must be nice, man. Must be nice.
Must be nice, bro. Must be nice. Oh my God. The Lions are on the clock. Malachi Starks is a Baltimore Raven. Ooh.
Shout out Jordan, man. It's got to be nice to root for a team that knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
Got to be nice. Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, although they do go for they do go into the shotgun when they're on the half-yard line on the road in the snowstorm.
Yeah, offensively there's some question marks.
The head coach might have to come out and step in once in a while and just say something on that one. Oh my God, I can't, dude. I can't, bro. I can't.
Well, when I put my final mock out, I had Jahdae Barron going there, and Jordan was super happy about that. I can't imagine he's any less happy about getting one of the best players in the draft at his position.
So we're at 28. We got 5 more to go. The Lions are on the clock. The Lions are definitely a win now team, so they got to do whatever they can to get to win now. As far as players who are available for them, we're looking at Will Johnson. We're looking at Mike Green. You got Jahad Campbell. You got Josh Simmons. I'm skipping a name of a quarterback from Colorado. I'm hoping that nobody takes him in the first round. Just to see him go, because the pain of this is this. You know what's going to happen? The pain of this whole situation is going to be this: is that he's going to end up being picked at 36. Right, yeah, before the Raiders, and the Raiders are going to say, "Oh no, we're not going to trade with Texans. We're not going to trade with the Titans to get them. They're just going to sit
the Raiders have the 5th pick in the second round, so.
But I don't see them. I mean, if they walk. I mean, that's a Mason Graham, and then
this could be a round 1, round 2, pick 1, Jadon Sanders to Cleveland right out the bat tomorrow.
I know. That's why I'd be all over the Eagles right now, or I'd be all over the Commanders or the Bills. The Chiefs
they're not going to do it, right? Even if he's on the board in their second round pick, they're not going to take him, bro. It doesn't matter. Like, they don't have to have a quarterback. They don't care. They don't care. The organization doesn't care. They don't care about quarterback. They're totally content having Geno Smith and Aiden O'Connell be in their quarterback room this year. It just is what it is, man. This is our team. This is the plight of being a Raider fan. Look what the Browns just did with their draft selection,
bro.
Like, when is it the Raiders' turn to be smart? To have someone smart in the general manager spot, to have a smart head coach.
Oh my God!
Pete Carroll was not a great. Seattle was not a great team the last 3 years there. I don't care what you want to say about Pete Carroll in the first couple of years. He's a good coach. 8 9 wins is not the idea for the Raiders. And if that's your basis of trying to win, you're going to have to hit on every single pick like they did for 2-3 years in a row to build that team that Pete Carroll had. Whatever, man. It is what it is. I'm out anyway. I knew it wasn't going to happen. So
this is so brutal. This is so brutal. This is unbelievable.
I just really want to get this first round over with now.
To be honest to God, to sit in that draft room and not be trying to move up, dude. Is talk about people who are just grifters, man. Oh my God, bro. They are such grifters, bro. They are such.
For them to be fired 18 months from now. Watch.
The problem is, so Ryan Coogler, the director of Sinners and Fruitvale Station and all different and Black Panther, whatever, he ended up getting money off the rip, like for movies. Most times directors don't get money off the rip. He got money off the rip. It's just a movie. Most of the movie comes out, he getting money immediately.
Yeah,
GMs do that. Like GMs get money immediately. Like it should be like it should be a pay as you go, man. Because these guys, I mean, you would see more
How much money are the Raiders paying out to general managers right now?
Oh my god. I mean, millions.
Yeah, I mean, they're still paying Dave Ziegler's contract. And if you want to think about it, they're actually still paying John Gruden's contract.
Yeah. I mean, they
So
could have cut him.
you have decision makers everywhere littered in the graveyard of the Raiders, all of them making millions of dollars,
Yeah.
all of them being paid out. None of them took quarterbacks. None of them were successful. They were all fired for one reason or the other. Telesco decided, well, I don't have to trade up for a quarterback, even though prominent overweight diabetic told us that he was only hired because he would trade up for a quarterback. Turns out that was a lie. And he was fired a year later. He was fired twice in 18 months because he doesn't know how to do his job properly. If he would have drafted a quarterback and that quarterback would have been good for the Raiders, Tom Telesco would be the general manager of the Raiders right now. Right this second. But they don't want to do it because they don't care because there's no mandate.
All right. Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, goes to the Lions. So Ohio State goes to Michigan. So we'll see how that goes. Good player. Good player. We'll see if they can continue their stretch. They've been doing a pretty good job of drafting players. So you got Commanders. Commanders are here. So we'll see what's going
Luther
on.
Burden. That's why I had mock to the Commanders. They did just trade for Debo. They have Scary Terry over there, who's awesome. Maybe a running back. Maybe they sneak in the third running back here.
Maybe. They got edge corner.
Is pretty old, and Brian Robinson has proven he's really never been the guy.
Yeah,
he feels like a guy that only took up carries for them. So
edge corner, wide receiver. Shout out to let's see here. Oh, let's see. Shout out to
God, I'm so frustrated.
To Nonsense as well. Nonsense, Jordan, all the folks who do some stuff for us. The Sports Fix crew. Shout out to you guys as well on Friday nights.
Prime time.
Royce, who is not 5'9". I never met him, but I don't think he's 5'9". But if you're looking for some really good content, sports content Friday nights, if you're home or working third shifts, whatever, you can definitely check them out. They got some good stuff for you as well. Also on this channel, you got the USC Student Body Right USC podcast. You have the Put on Giants podcast. The Giants are playing good baseball, so we will a weekly kind of low down on the San Francisco Giants, and then you also have the Put on Raiders podcast and the Signal Caller. We'll see. So
Jordan, shout out Jordan, says anyone who knows me knows I had insane hype on Malachi Starks, and I'm just living so happy.
Yeah, he is.
That's a Ravens fan.
Yes. Oh my God!
Every year they get a guy that falls to them at that point. All they do is just wait for everybody else to mess up.
I forgot. I'm losing his name. What's the name of the safety they have? The big time safety they have on that team right now?
Kyle Hamilton. He's the best safety in football.
Kyle Hamilton. I never forget our good friend who lost us, Charles Woodson. He's working with Belichick now. I forgot his name now. It's getting late. I forgot his name. Used to be a GM for the Raiders, but now he's a GM for North Carolina. Lombardi. How much he could not stand him. What are you going to do with him? He has no real position. All this stuff like that. It's just
which
funny. Guy? Lombardi does not like Kyle Hamilton. Well, in that draft, he didn't like him.
I think that guy sucks as an evaluator, just flat out. I think he's one of the worst.
Horrible. He's horrible.
Next to Mike Mayock, Mike Lombardi might be the worst evaluator, and he just relies too heavily on his Cleveland days, and it's too heavy. I mean, he feels like Vince Russo. For wrestling fans, he feels like the Vince Russo of general managers. Like, he's Vince Russo compared to Vince McMahon, and he's at the Raiders. Like, Al Davis was always going to be Vince McMahon and make all the final calls and make all the best decisions for the team. And Mike Lombardi is going to be along for the ride. And I feel like a lot of that has to do the same thing that he was at Cleveland. Just doesn't feel like a good evaluator or a good talent evaluator at all. And it's weird because these guys just live off those resumes. They just absolutely live off of their past, and they parlay that into all these guest spots, all these, Mike Lombardi's on the Ringer all the time. They're always talking about their stuff with the Patriots and their stuff with the Browns and all that crap. Is like, Jesus, like you can grift your way into a career if you just have any modicum
Oh
of
yeah. Oh
experience
yeah.
in the front
Yeah.
office anywhere. Look at Mike Mayock. Rich Eisen is like dying to get Mike Mayock back onto the NFL Network. He just keeps giving him opportunities to do that. If you still trust Mike Mayock and his evaluations at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah, I don't know
I
how.
don't care that John Gruden was making the final decisions with the Raiders.
Yeah.
You're doing the draft prep. You're being at that job doing something. And you were part of the team that had the worst run first round picks ever, including the worst draft of all time, the 2020 draft. That was the worst team draft ever. So like anybody that takes that seriously, like it's crazy, man. Like all our live drafts are on Twitter. So like you want to say that I'm not, obviously I don't know as much as Mike Mayock. I'll never be general manager. Like I get that, but the proof is in the pudding on my stuff. Like I take all the emotion and the stupidity out of it, and I just pick who I think is the best player at that
Those
position
picks,
for the team.
those picks are time stamped, by the way. They are time stamped. They are time stamped. They are time stamped. They are time stamped. So we got the pick is in for Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels came to the Raiders locker room. That's the closest he ever came to becoming a Raider.
Yeah, I remember when Antonio Pierce wanted Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
and everybody wanted to give him credit for that, for wanting Jaden Daniels. Wow,
for wanting him. Like that's funny. The Bills are on the clock. Oh my God. There he is.
Washington goes here. You think they go Will Johnson?
They went to a player who we both love a lot, and we think is one of the best tackles in college football last year. Josh Connolly goes.
Good for him.
I like Josh Connolly. First round pick, get some first round
money.
Shout
out Ducks, baby. Let's go.
I mean, hey, we're not shouting out Ducks at all, but I'm just saying.
Shouting out the Ducks. You pull your deals there, bro. This is NFL talk
now. No, but Connolly Jr. was I watched him through his whole high school recruiting and everything like that. He's a very good tackle. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. So good job good job. So for a team like the Bills here, I mean, what's the difference between them picking 30th or 30 or 37th?
Besides the pick your option.
Okay. All right. I mean, it makes this is crazy, dude. They have two opportunities and they're not going to do it, and I think it's unbelievable. I think it's unbelievable they're not going to do this. This is the most brutal thing in the world. This is brutal. This is really brutal. This is really brutal. But everybody will be
Dylan Gabriel in the third round. Everybody's gonna shit their pants and be like, "Oh my God, you see, they took the quarterback. You can stop complaining now." Watch. Look what they did with Russell Wilson.
They got their.
It's all gonna be that same.
They got their running back running in a position that lasts about 2.5 years in the NFL. They got a running back. So the Rams fans are happy. They can play
Josh Connerly, bro. That's a fantastic pick for Washington.
Yeah,
I'm stoked for them. He going to a great team. He's going to an awesome quarterback, a good coach, a good Kevin Peters is someone who the Raiders. I really believe that they went harder after. It's just frustrating, bro. It's like the Raiders could have been some modicum of the Commanders this year, and they just refused to do it.
Dude,
I don't care that Shedeur Sanders is going to fall in the second round. I don't care. I don't give a shit. You take the quarterback. You try to make the most out of it. You try to make the most out of the situation. Jackson Dart went in the first round. Nobody thought he was going to go ahead of the Shedeur Sanders. Nobody thought that.
He has a great. I mean, let me tell you something. If we ever do something that requires an agent, I'm getting Jackson Dart's agent.
Yeah,
I'm getting Jackson Dart's agent.
Yeah, talk about the rocket being strapped to him. Now, that being said, we talked about the guy filling the void as the third quarterback in this situation. That being said, he did and said everything he needed to do correctly in order to raise his draft stock on his own.
He did.
Was excellent at the combine. He's excellent at the podium. Good at the pro day. Everything he wanted to do, all his interviews, everything that he needed to do to make sure that he was in this position now, to be a first-round talent. He did correctly. So shout out to him in that regard because he did everything he needed to do in order to make the most out of his draft stock buzz. And now he's a first round talent and the future quarterback of the New York Giants. So congratulations, Jackson Dart.
And they don't gotta. I mean, and they don't gotta play him. They don't gotta play him. They don't gotta play him right now. Which is the pick is in for the Bills. Cornerback, defensive line, wide receiver is the thing here. Golden left already, so I'm not sure who is the best.
Boy, Luther Burden to the Bills.
Is that who it is?
I don't know yet. Maybe they don't have Cooper anymore. They still have Khalil Shakir, who they like a lot, but they signed him to more of a wide receiver 2 fringe or a wide receiver 3
you got
fringe.
Burden, you got Burden or Trey Harris available, but I mean that would be like I said, like they should just keep getting wide receivers until you know what I mean.
Until you land a I mean, Burden is awesome, dude. That would be an awesome pick here.
Yeah, they can just hit on one of them and take the pressure off Shakir. You know what I mean? You know,
so this is re-signed Benford too. That's a guy they really like. Yeah. He's a really quality corner in the NFL. They might, you know, the safety might still be an issue here, but this might be too early for another safety. John Campbell is still on the board. That's a guy that you thought would go in the 20s. I mean, Luther Burden is still on the board. That could be a monster steal for them if he rekindles, you know, the ability and the play that he had 2 years ago for Missouri. I mean, there's a lot of, when you're a really good team and you're a good coach and you have a good system and you have the MVP, reigning MVP quarterback, there's always a lot of options you have. You can always take BPA in this situation.
I mean, I'm gonna go, and the NFL announced that on May 14th. That'll be the selection show for the season for the schedule. So if you're interested in that, you can definitely watch that. But I will say one thing about the Rams. That move they made, and they got a bunch of picks. Like if Les Snead and McVay do what they usually do, it's gonna be hard for people not to pick them to go to the Super Bowl. It's gonna be hard.
I tell you, man, I love Devontae Adams to the Rams. That's one of my favorite players.
Dude, you can't, dude. He finally made the right decision. He finally made the right decision. Yeah. He finally made the right decision. He went to two loser programs, the Raiders and Jets, and finally made the right decision here. So we're getting close to here. The flies are coming in the studio here because I got the lights on. Good to see my man Solo behind the desk. 27-inch laptop there, you know what I'm saying? Good to go.
We got the laptop, the trophy, the mic, and the tablet working.
If you had the TV lower, that'd be gangster. Right? Am I right in the corner? That'd be perfect on the screen.
Well, yeah, this is the boys' room, so I expect they have their own TV set up there. So I just thought I'd throw it on one of the NFL channels.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh, is this Jim Kelly's son?
Is it Jim Kelly? That's what they have on there, Jim Kelly's son. That's cool.
I don't know if it is or not.
Listen, man.
It just could be another Make-A-Wish situation. Yeah, it's Make-A-Wish.
If I could,
always getting these kids out here to be able to make these picks. That's awesome. Shout out Make-A-Wish Foundation.
If we could actually have, I mean, if I could give an honorary Super Bowl to a quarterback, I would love to give it to Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, man.
Jesus Lord, dude. And it's crazy because if they just, oh God, jeez, I'm just watching a replay of a play where John Morant got, he just almost in the same situation as your
Butler.
Boy. Yeah, Butler, yeah. So they took.
Hopefully, don't even know what's going on with the games. I haven't checked the NBA scores at all.
I'm checking right now to get into it. So Max, the guy who pulled up the combine with his speed, Maxwell Harrison from Kentucky.
Oh, Harrison goes to the Bills?
Goes to the Bills.
Interesting.
Goes to the Bills. I do remember back in the day where the NBA draft used to be like this too. It's just like now it's not that way much anymore to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's go to.
Boy, I bet the Knicks Pistons game was really good. 118 to 116. That must have been a great game to watch.
So they said so I gotta watch that too because they said at the end, they said
there are some shenanigans.
There were like the highlight thing that I got said that it was a tremendous last like 20 seconds of the game. So some craziness went down. And the Eagles are not the Raiders are not trading with the Eagles or the Chiefs, especially the Chiefs. So That's not happening. So it's gonna be so Shador Sanders is not gonna get out of he's not gonna get out of the first round. It will not be a first round pick. So it looks like the Thunder are losing to the Grizzlies, 84 to
71. I saw that.
71.
Yeah.
And then you got the Clippers who are becoming, if they stay healthy, could becoming a dangerous team out west. Because of their depth and you know,
Not someone I would
instead
want to
of
play, man.
no, they got a lot going on. They got a lot going on. So that team is playing very well. So we'll see how that is as well. So the Eagles are on the clock. I'm sure the Eagles will do something great here because they always do. So that is amazing.
The how did the Eagles get the pick ahead of the Chiefs?
That's a good
Did
question.
they trade up?
I didn't see. I don't remember a trade coming.
I don't either. So why would they be 31 and the Chiefs be 32?
Drafts.
Maybe that doesn't make any. I mean, that's what it says on my NFL Network coverage right now.
That could be weird. So they traded. Yes, they traded. They are trading. The Eagles are trading the number 32 pick to 31 pick.
Weird, bro. Why?
That's weird. That's a weird pick. So they traded with the Chiefs.
I mean, at this point, you can't question anything Howie does. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot who I was talking about. I'm sorry. Sorry, Howie. I'm sorry, Howie. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Howie,
it's probably the greatest move anybody will ever make this entire draft was.
Howie is. Oh, whoa. So they got both picks. I'm seeing. Are you seeing that on the board? They got both picks now.
No, you're lying. I just see Philadelphia than Kansas City. They got both. They traded for Kansas City's first round pick.
So they got the 31 and they got 32 right now. So
Howie Roseman, bro, come on.
Wait a minute.
Say something for the rest of us.
Okay. No. So it's 31 and the Chiefs have 32. Okay. Pick is in. And the Chiefs are on the clock. It was a glitch in the matrix for a second. All right, so let's see.
Philadelphia moves up one pick. Who do you think they get?
Philadelphia move one pick. Like, why would they? Well, it's weird because you're trading with somebody who's so they picked.
Does that mean it would be the tackle Josh Simmons?
Yeah, but like, why would you like what the Chiefs like when
because the Chiefs could take him there.
When the picks are made, they know who you're going up for to get. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not a secret. You can't make a trade and be like, oh, I'm taking. You know what I'm saying? Like the team pretty much knows who you're picking. So that is interesting. Let's see what happens in this one.
So they gave up a 5th round pick to move up one spot just to make sure that the Kansas City didn't take this guy. Come on, they're gonna go to commercial with 2 picks to go. Come on.
Of course they will. But I just want to see. You got to pay the bills, bro. Pay the bills, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. We got to pay the bills, bro. Come on. 2 more picks to go. That is nuts, dude. That is nuts.
I can't wait for all the content creators to explain away not taking a quarterback yet again.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ted Wynn and Vic Tafer and that whole crew that'll do the live spaces again and try to tell us again that they were just going to wait till next year with the wide for a quarterback class. Yeah,
because there's so many quarterbacks coming out next year. There's so many, bro. There's so many, bro.
It's exactly what we said last year. It's like, well, Lions can go BPA because they have a franchise quarterback. So when you talk about going BPA, it only matters if you have a long-term sustainable quarterback. Like, are we banking on the fact that Geno Smith is going to play at his peak 3 years ago for Seattle? Or are we banking on who he's been basically since then? Like, can he play quarterback? Sure. Is he a top 10 quarterback? No. Is he a top 14 quarterback? Probably not. I love that people try to say they're building a foundation for the future. Yeah, okay. So that means when Geno Smith is gone and Pete Carroll retires, then that culture and that foundational culture is just going to stay without the players and the main pieces that are doing that, or are we more likely in line for yet another rebuild 2 years from now when everybody's gone and Max Crosby's all the way broken down and Brock Bowers needs a contract extension?
I mean, let's be real. These are the last 3 years of Max Crosby with the Raiders anyway. So let's just be real.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's over. I mean, we had You had the opportunity to build, and you didn't do it, and now he's gone. So I mean, I wouldn't even sweat that
The
anymore.
funny thing about that is front loading his contract for this year.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, let's pay him $40 million this year. Pay for $40 million this year to Geno Smith just so we can build a culture and a foundation. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I would say one thing
The only
too.
way, like,
Yeah,
let me
go ahead.
spoil it for everybody. The only way you change the culture for a team is to win. If
Yes,
Dan Campbell didn't go 7-9 his second year, and they got that win against Green Bay, that was like one of the biggest wins in Lions history. And then they turned around from that and went 4-12. Dan Campbell would have been fired flat out, 100%. If they went they went 3-13 the first year. I think they went 7-9 the second year. If he had turned around off that 7-9 year, off that emotional win in Green Bay, and lost 12 games or double digit losses that next year, he would have been fired. So all the culture talk and all that, I get what you're trying to say, but it's all bullshit because the only thing that changes culture is winning or getting a franchise quarterback. That's it. That's all that matters. You can't have a culture with an organization that consistently loses. There's no culture to that. That's just the culture of losing. The only thing that changes culture is winning or drafting a star quarterback. That's it. There's nothing else. Win and everything changes.
yeah,
So let's see what the Raiders or the Eagles do here. Are they gonna take Jihad Campbell? Maybe
yeah, probably.
Jihad Campbell here.
Hold on.
Jesus Christ! Look at those picks. Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens. Must be nice. Must be nice to take advantage of the stupidity of other organizations, i.e. the Raiders.
It's so bad. They are really
Shout out to
ESPN.
Drew Wilson, baby. Still waiting around. Still waiting around.
ESPN.
He's still trying to get off the line.
Jahad, I know, right? Jahad Campbell is the pick. He is the pick. Linebacker from Alabama.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's gonna love playing behind a huge defensive line.
Got the
Where-
easiest job in the NFL playing behind
yeah,
playing behind
he
that
can,
defensive line.
he can go hunt. He can go hunt running backs and hunt all these. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So Howie might have just said, you know what, somebody might be trying to come up. I have no idea why they made that trade, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It'll work out for Howie because it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, good. It's always. Let's go. The Chiefs.
The best team in the division.
The hurt. Oh, just in a historic trade between the Raiders and Chiefs.
Yeah.
They would rather die. They would rather die. They would rather die.
You know what's gonna suck about this? When Shadir goes to Cleveland and the Raiders turn around and take Jalen Milroe with their second round pick.
That's what somebody just texted me. Yeah, they're gonna take Murrow.
It's
Yeah,
just an absolute mockery of an organization.
yeah, dude. Quarterback. I mean, like I have no. Oh, let's see what John Gruden says. Oh God, what did John Gruden say?
Fuck John Gruden forever.
We are done. We are done clapping. Quarterbacks need to be under center. Watch. Oh yeah, he never was. Yeah, I know that. I did see that. I did somebody told me that.
Good for him. I always love to see the guys that are the most happy come out of the tunnel to be drafted. That's awesome. And you're going to the Super Bowl champion, who appears is not going to slow down at all because they're loaded with talent. They have an elite coaching staff, a premium quarterback, a premium wide receivers, premium tight end, premium running back, premium offensive line, premium defensive line, premium secondary. Shout out to Eagles, man. Shout out Howie Roseman.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Unbelievable, dude. This is. I mean, ooh, the Chiefs are on the clock.
Chiefs are going to take Josh Simmons, I think.
Is he? is so
So was he primarily a rusher for Alabama, or just a nickel rusher?
what did it say?
Was Jahad Campbell just a just a nickel rusher for Alabama, but the majority of the time he played off ball?
I don't know. I think he did.
But there's
That's
only
it.
two linebackers, right?
I mean,
Primary Jalen Walker and Jahad Campbell.
yep. I mean,
I don't think anybody counts Abdul Carter as a linebacker.
I mean, well, in the 3-4 maybe, but
Yeah.
yeah. So the chefs.
Marcus Allen, Darren McFadden, and Ashton Jeanty, the only running backs drafted by the Raiders in the top 10.
Who was it?
Marcus Allen, Darren McFadden, and Ashton Jeanty.
It's funny. I was watching. Somebody puts out highlights on Raiders Twitter, and they're putting out highlights of There's just Michael Bush and Darren McFadden, and I tell you, man, I don't know what happened to him, but when he was with the Raiders for those 2 years. God damn, Hugh Jackson was a great play caller. He was a great play caller, bro. He was a great.
I loved how much he loved Darren McFadden and how he knew Darren McFadden was that good.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Pro Football Reference, you're going to go back. You're going to hear a lot of Raider fans talk about Darren McFadden, and you're going to see a guy that barely rushed for anything for them. Dude, he was one of the most explosive players I ever watched. Like, he was unbelievable. Just couldn't stay healthy.
With him, Felix Jones, and Peyton Hillis?
Yeah, the Arkansas Razorback crew.
Yeah. That's it. And to the Chiefs, let's see what the Chiefs do. Let's see here. Shedeur Sanders? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Just to block anybody else. No. They'll take Milrow because they know the Raiders want him. Oh God, I swear. Thanks for y'all for hanging with us. We appreciate it. We appreciate for all those.
Shout out to the chat. Can't see you guys, but shout out to you guys for hanging out.
We got John. Jonathan was in. Jonathan Martinez was in there. George Vargo was in there. Thomas Zimmerman was in there. He's always in there. Mr. Z. I'm gonna call him Dr. Z. Dr. Z from Old School Sports Illustrated.
Pick is in. Shedeur Sanders is officially not a first-round pick.
Pick is in. Like some people are going to be so the disgusting Josh Simmons, of course, tackle.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up real quick because we've been here a long time. So obviously the Raiders they did half the job, and I didn't half the job. They didn't do the job. Period. They really had this is what I'm talking about with the Raiders, and I think this is what Saul's talking about the Raiders as well. They are sitting there, and they had a bunch of teams who don't need quarterbacks. And they could have traded up and got one. The Giants did it. They didn't do it. And here we are now. And we'll see what happens tomorrow with the draft. We'll try to hook up tomorrow if we can. But yeah, just not a really
Josh
good.
Simmons to Kansas City confirmed.
Yeah, Josh Simmons is sick.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
So it makes sense. So all right. So any last words before we go?
Last thoughts. I'll save it for tomorrow.
All right. All right, bro. We'll try to get on tomorrow. As well.
Yes,
I got stuff. I got to zip cross town to get back home. And it could be traffic, so hopefully I can. And if I can't, I will just do it maybe from the car. But we'll see what happens. All right, Raider Nation. Acta Genti is your first and only pick in the first round. So they could have more. They chose not to. Take it from there. All right, folks. Peace.